Today I will show you how you can create your own realistic cover to use with your digital planner on iPad. I will teach you how to make it from scratch, and once it's done, you will be able to change their color and design in seconds. To follow along today, you will need, of course, your iPad with the app Procreate installed. Procreate is a paid app, but it's a one-time payment, and there's so much you can do with it. I have some tutorials that I'm gonna link below. It's an app that I highly recommend. You will also need something that will be the inspiration for your cover. I am using this little notebook, but you can use literally anything you want. If you can't find anything that looks like a planner cover, you can use any hardcover book. Ideally, it's a single color because it's going to be easier to work with, but you could also use the cleanup feature in the Photos app to remove any elements, and I will show you how to do it. I will also be using my iPhone today just to take the photo, and I am choosing to use my iPhone over my iPad because I know that the photo will have better quality. But if you don't have an iPhone or your iPad is the best camera you have on hand, you can definitely follow along taking a photo of the inspiration item using your iPad. Okay, so let's start. This is the notebook I'm going to be using for my project today. I think it's an easy to use shape, and I also kind of really like that it has this elastic band, which I'm going to show you how you can also make it part of your finished design. So the first step is going to be to take a photo of this item, and since my notebook is black, I want to find a light colored background. We need to have strong contrast between the background and the item. So if your notebook were to be white, you can find a dark surface to take your photo. All I want is to take a photo as straight as possible. What I mean by that is like don't tilt it too much. But also this is not super important because we can adjust it in the Procreate app that we're going to be using. Take your photo. Now let's head to iPad. So before I get this photo onto my iPad, there are a couple of things that I can do here to improve it. And so I'm going to go to my editing menu right here, adjustment settings. The first thing I'm going to look for is a filter. If you head to the end of the filters, you'll see you have the black and white ones. And the objective here is to try and have a higher contrast between the background and the object. So as you can see, this last option really makes the background white. And then the notebook on top is really black, so that could work. However, as you can see, this little elastic band is kind of lost, and I do want to keep those details. So I'm going to move, and I think I'm going to choose this mono filter. So that should work. I'm going to select that. And the next thing I'm going to do is go to cleanup. And I want to remove this logo, so I'm just going to draw over it, and this is going to delete it automatically, just like magic. And I also don't want this little tail, so I'm just gonna draw over it like this. And this doesn't always work perfectly, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove that bit. This is better. And I can remove this little bit in Procreate, or I can just keep drawing until it gets rid of it. That looks fine. And I click on done. So my photo is ready. Now I'm going to send this photo to my iPad. So I'm going to tap on the export or share icon right here. And you want to make sure that AirDrop is turned on your iPad. Mine pops up right here, but you can also go to AirDrop and then you will see all of your devices right here. So I'm going to tap on that. And as you can see, now I have the photo on my iPad and we are ready to work. So let's open Procreate, and I have my app in the dock right here. It's this one. So I'm going to tap on it and I'm going to go straight to loading that photo that I just sent from my phone. So I'm going to click on photo in the top right corner, and I should be able to locate it here at the end of my camera roll. Okay, so I'm going to load that photo. Now, obviously, I didn't do a really good job taking the photo straight. As you can see, my notebook is a little bit tilted. So let's fix that. I'm gonna go first to my actions menu right here. I go to Canvas, Drawing Guide, just so that I can see these like little square grid. And what I want to do now is go to my selection arrow right here, make sure that I'm on the distort option below. And what I want is to make this like a perfect rectangle. So what I do is, based on this little grid, I'm just gonna start pulling the corners until it has the shape that I want. Something like this. So if you wanted this to be a little bit wider, this is where you can get it done, like so. And just make sure that all of the edges are kind of proportional. There we go. And then I deselect. The next thing I want to do is to remove the background to be left only with the cover. So I'm going to go to my selection tool at the top left, and I'm going to make sure that automatic is selected at the bottom here. And then I'm going to tap outside of the notebook area like this. And I can drag my finger left or right to see what's selected. In this case, if the cover turns to white, it means that it's also selected, and I don't want that. I just want to select the background. So I'm going to move my finger back until the cover is not selected, and you can also see how perfect the edge is going to be or not. So keep moving your finger until you feel like you've selected the right amount. Then remove your finger, and then with your 3 fingers, you're going to swipe down on the screen and you're going to go to cut, and that removed the background. If I go to my layers and I change the color of the background, you can see that there's no background. I can just add whatever color I want because my cover has been separated from its background. Now I'm a little ambitious, so another thing I want to do is separate the elastic band from the cover so that I can choose separate colors for each. And to do that, I'm going to head to my layers and I'm going to duplicate this layer 1. So duplicate, then I'm going to deactivate the bottom layer just to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go to my selection tool, the arrow on the top left. And in Procreate, if you put anything outside of the canvas, and the canvas is like the area where you have any elements, any color, anything that you can see is in the canvas. So if I pull my image outside of it and I deselect, whatever was placed outside of the canvas is going to be deleted or cropped out. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to crop out anything that is not the band. And I can also rotate the image slightly because obviously my photo was not perfect and I do want to use straight lines for this because of course the canvas is perfectly straight. So I can use this little green dot to rotate slightly until this is straight, and I can just place it on the edge like so. And when I'm satisfied, I will just tap on the arrow again to deselect, and that cropped anything that was outside of the canvas. As you can see, I have some blank space here as well for some reason, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. So I'm gonna bring the image lower like this outside of the canvas, and then I'm going to deselect, and I got rid of that blank area as well. Now let's do the left side. So I'm just gonna move my image to the left. Also, once you have anything selected with this arrow tool in Procreate, you are able to click anywhere on the screen to move it, so you don't have to be on top of the image. You can just have your finger here and control it from here. All right, so here we are. I'm just gonna rotate slightly again and then crop it out. All right, and then deselect, and that has cropped the band. Now, in theory, if I activate my first layer and I move this one, I should be able to place it exactly on top of the existing one. But one other trick that I have for you is that you can just make this a little bit wider, just to make sure that you cover the original band completely. So go to freeform here in your selection tool, and then just make this a little bit wider, just to make sure that it's going to cover the original band completely. And deselect. And now we are ready for the fun part, adding the colors and my own design to the cover. So I will deactivate my grid because I no longer need it. So I'm going to go to this icon here, and then under canvas, I'm going to turn this off where it says drawing guide. And I also don't want this background color to be red, so I'm just going to select white or any other color just so that it doesn't bother me. Okay, the next step is to create what's called a gradient map over the element, and basically that's just like a gradient layer, and the objective is to make this layer as white as possible because that white color that we're going to add is going to be replaced with our custom color or design. So I'm going to go to my layers, and you know what? Let's rename these layers just to be better organized. So I'm going to name this cover because it's the cover. And the top one has the little elastic band. So I'm just going to label this band. And I'm going to go back to my cover layer, select it, and go to my little adjustments menu on the top left. And I'm going to select gradient map, which is right here. I am going to create my own gradient. So I'm going to tap on the plus sign, and then black and white is usually fine. I'm going to move this little slider to the left, the white ball, just to make this cover as white as I can without losing all of the details. Because if I move it all the way to the left, it will become like a block of color without any details. It's not going to be a realistic cover. So another thing I can do is change this color from black to some dark gray. So you can see it softens the color a little bit, but it doesn't turn it to white. And that's what I want. So I'm just going to move the slider a little bit and then keep playing with this other slider to bring back as much detail as I can. And at the same time, turning the whole image to white. When I'm satisfied with the result, I click on the check mark here. Next, I'm going to go back to my layers. I'm going to create a new layer on top of my cover layer. So click on the plus sign. And I'm going to select the color that I want. In this case, of course, I love purple, so I'm just going to choose a purple color with my color picker. You could also go to your disk and then move these sliders and choose whatever color you want. And you have different ways in which you can enter any colors that you need. So once that's selected, just drag this color onto the screen. It's going to flood the whole layer. Remember, this is a new layer. In fact, we can also relabel this. So let's write design. This is your design that's going to be on your cover. And now you click on this little N here, and then you just slide down because you want the multiply mode, which is all the way at the top. And then you tap on this layer once again to open this menu, and then you click on clipping mask. And that's going to hide all of the background and just leave the color that you have selected. Next, we're going to do the exact same thing with the band. So let's go select that layer. I'm going to go back to my adjustments to create the gradient map. So tap here. Now the gradient is already created, the previous one that I used. I can tap on it and edit if I feel like I need to, or I can leave it as is because we already worked on it. So you can just click on the check mark. And as you can see, I wasn't that accurate when I was cropping this band. So I have all this white space that I don't like. I want to fix it, and that's easy to do. I just go to my arrow. I'm going to turn my background color off again, just so that I can see what I'm doing because it's also white. And again, I can just rotate this and get it out of the screen, out of the canvas until all of the white is gone. I think that's good enough. Then I'll bring it back here. And if I need to, I can also use my distort option to adjust the band and be very exact with it, although I don't really think that I need to do that right now. I'm just gonna leave it like this. And that is my band. And now we are going to repeat the process where I create a new layer on top of this one. And then I select whichever color. In this case, I want the yellow color. And then I'm just gonna drag that color onto my screen to flood all of the layer. Next, you click on the N here, scroll down, you find multiply mode, which is the one at the very top, select it, and then click on the layer again to click on clipping mask. It's going to hide everything but the band, and we can go and rename this as well. It's going to be band color. And that's it. My cover is pretty much done. What I can do now is I can go and click on actions and then share this icon and then save as PNG because that will keep the transparent background. So then I can go and save my image. And let's go to my planner now, choosing GoodNotes. And I'm going to head to the cover page and I'm going to activate my toolbar to find my images icon. And here is my cover that I have just created. And I guess I got the wrong color because my background is also purple. You can't really see it. But lucky for us, it's so easy to change the color. You can go back to your Procreate design, click on the layer that says design and choose any other color. Just flood it on the screen, and just like that, the color has been changed. Another quick tip I have for you is instead of exporting and saving this as an image, what you can do is use 3 fingers to swipe down on the screen in Procreate to select copy all. Then you go back to your planner here. I'm going to delete this cover, so just click on the trash can, and then I'm going to tap and hold and paste. So I no longer have to go and search for this cover from my images, and that's a really quick way to bring elements from Procreate into other apps. Okay, now one other thing I highly recommend you do, if you can see here around my cover, I have all this empty space or invisible area. And that becomes annoying because, for example, if I tap here, I'm not tapping on the cover, however, I am selecting it. And this can become annoying when you're trying to arrange other items on the screen. So what you can do is just tap on this again, go to crop image, and then in rectangle, go to crop here, and then crop out all of that invisible area, just so that it's not in your way when you are selecting images with the lasso or even your Apple Pencil. Okay, and then you can resize, move, and then you can like duplicate this image, use it as much as you want. And whenever you get tired of this color, you just go back to Procreate and change it again. We're not quite done because there are other cool things you can do. For example, you can add text to your design. And to do that, we're going to go to my actions, click on add, and then choose add text. And you can write anything you want. For example, I'm just going to write my planner, which you can't see because it's the same color. So I'm going to double tap to select the whole text, and I'm going to choose white. And I select the text again. And this time I want to change the font. to Mireia font, which is really cool for these titles. And here you can edit several things. For example, I can make the letters closer together or a little bit more separate. And I also like playing with leading to make like my text a little bit closer, each line to each other. And what else can we do here? We can make it bigger. For that, we can use the arrow. So just tap there. It's going to select everything kind of like as an image. And then here you can rotate. You can make it bigger. As you can see, it's like behind my band. How awesome and like realistic is that? I really like it. Let's see how this looks. It could work. All right, now I deselect and I can just again copy everything and go and paste it on my planner. So let's delete this one and then paste. Of course, you would have to crop out the outside space again, but here you have your text. You can tell, but the text doesn't have the effect or the texture of the cover. And if you want to keep it, you have to go back to Procreate here. And then you have to make sure that the text that was added on a new layer, and this happens automatically because it's a text layer, it's different than the color layer that we have here. So what I can do is merge this layer with this layer. I just like squeeze them together. And then as you can see now, the design has applied to the text as well. The bad part of this is that you can no longer edit the text. That's fine. If you need to add another text box, you just go add text and like repeat the process. So it's up to you if you need to do it. Otherwise, you can keep it separate. Or what I always do is I create multiple layers of my elements. I turn them off. And then, for example, here, I can just merge them together. And if I need to create a new text layer, then I can go back to this copy that I saved. You can really get creative with these designs and you can experiment and make as many different combinations as you want. I want to quickly show you. You can also draw in your designs. For example, if you pick an interesting brush here and then you just make some lines like this, it's really cool because you will be just drawing on the cover. You can also play with the band. If you have a particular design, illustration, or pattern that you would like to use on your cover, you can also do that. So I'm gonna bring in my Photos app right here, and this is the photo that I would like to use. So I'm just gonna tab and drag it onto my canvas right here. I resize it just to make sure that it'll cover the totality of my cover. And then I have to place it with my design as we've done before, and we have to merge them. Here we go, and then it'll show the texture of the cover. One more trick that I have to show you before I let you go is that you can also add a drop shadow, and let's do that. So I'm going to activate my background color just so that I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to select my cover image. I'm going to slide left to show this menu and click on duplicate. I'm going to tap and hold on this check mark next to the bottom layer that I just created so that everything else is turned off and I can just see that layer. Because I want to see what I'm doing, I'm going to select a black color, go to my brush, any brush that you want, the largest size. Then we have to turn on alpha lock on this cover layer. To do that, you can just swipe with 3 fingers to the right, or you can just tap here and then select alpha lock. That will only select the element and not the background. So when I use my brush, I can just paint over the layer without also drawing on the background. And I'm gonna go back to my layers, deactivate alpha lock. And now I'm gonna go with that same layer selected to my adjustments menu here and choose on Gaussian blur. And then I can just drag my finger to the right until I create this little shadow, something like this. And then we are going to activate all the layers back. So tap and hold on this check mark to see them all. Again, I still have my shadow selected. I'm gonna relabel this shadow. And then with my arrow, I can just make it move a little bit to the right and bottom, just however I want it to look. I can also make it bigger or smaller. This is entirely up to you. And you could also change the color. I feel like this black is a little too harsh, so I'm gonna make it a little bit more gray. So I choose the gray color and then I just drop it on my shadow, and that softens it a little bit. Thank you so much for making it till this point. I really hope that you learned a couple of things that help you grow in your planning and creative journey using Procreate on iPad. This video was brought to you because it was requested by you, so keep those suggestions coming. I am happy to create what you want to watch. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it so I can tell, and keep an eye out for my future videos. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.